Hey everybody, my name is Ed. Okay, another random comic book review. This time we have Elementals number 14 from 1987. It was published by Comico, which was an independent comic book company back in the 80s. They're not around anymore. It's written and drawn by Bill Willingham, who's pretty much known these days for doing the critically acclaimed Fable series from DC Vertigo. Basically, the premise of the Elementals is we have these four people who died and then came back to life, and they were granted superpowers that, obviously enough, are connected to the four elements. And the title basically deals with them on one hand dealing with being paranormal people and how they don't age or die in the way that normal people do anymore, and also dealing with them being trying to deal with being celebrity superheroes as well. It was a kind of interesting take on things, on the superhero genre or whatever. This particular issue deals with their government liaison, I guess that's what I want to say. Their government liaison kind of giving his report and kind of catching the readers up on who these characters are and what they're all about and things like that. So it's so that's basically what this issue is. We got here. This is kind of funny. Here's an ad for Fish Police. Fish Police was some independent comic during the so-called black and white boom of the late 80s. They actually did a network cartoon based on Fish Police. I've never seen it, but I'm aware that it existed. Here we go. Here's the titles. Lifestyles of the Dead and Famous, a play, of course, on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, which was very popular back during the 80s. Here we are. The guys kind of explaining the backstory of all the characters here. Here's their origin. Here's Saker. He was the first main bad guy, kind of a Lex Luthor-ish type villain. Here the heroes are just kind of going about their daily lives, just trying to adjust to things. I'm not too sure what this is. I think this is either Robotech. One of the characters is watching TV. He's watching anime. Here's the youngest character. He's the kind of rock guy. He's supposed to be kind of a kid genius. And this is another one of their mentors or overseers. He tells him he should kind of, even though the young boy, he's a genius, the guy convinces him to, enroll in high school so he can have friends his own age. But it doesn't really work out that well for him. See the other kids picking on him. And then it gets all massive. It's like, yeah, high school sucks. Here's the one woman who has water powers. She used to be a socialite. Haha, that was a pretty thing. Here, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. She used to be a socialite here before she got her powers. This is a pretty funny caption. And unlike Debbie Harry, you can tell she is a debutante. That's a reference to the old Blondie song, Dreaming. When I met you in a restaurant, you could tell I was no debutante. So, but with her with her powers and the new lifestyle. She's acting pretty depressed and lonely. So she's kind of having the roughest time of it all. Here's a government guy. Again, watching over everybody. Here they are having kind of a training session. Oh, here's kind of some ads and things here. Kind of like in Marvel Comics, you would get the Marvel bullpen bulletins. So this was Comic Co's version of that. You can see some of the comics they were putting out. Here's Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, Robotech, Fathom, that's a spin-off the comic we have here. Elemental, Star Blazers. I don't know if people remember that TV series. I think I can't remember what the original Japanese title was. It was like Spaceship Yamamoto or something like that. But in America, it was called Star Blazers. Here's Gumby Summer Special. And we'll get to that in a moment. Justice Machine. More Robotech. More Fish Police. Here's Grindel, which is still a fondly remembered series. Okay, we get a little bit more about with the heroes training and whatnot. Here they try to have a birthday party for the Fathom character. And at first she's surprised and happy, but then she gets sad because she's like, birthdays don't have any meaning anymore. She goes off crying. Here's a guy wrapping up his report. Then here's the epilogue, setting up next issue's story. You see this bat, this supernatural creature. And then we're introduced to this dude. Who's this lonely old man. He's in his study, reading a book. He's reading Those Naughty Stewardesses. Oh my! And then the bat flies into his window. You got this caption here. He's thinking he wouldn't be so lonely, so repulsive to women, and such a spineless boss if he weren't such a superstitious and cowardly lot. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It says here, if this were any other book, the story would be over at this point. But this isn't any other book. So in 3 short days, Stanley came back to show them all. Soon, the adventures of Captain Cadaver, or being a vampire really sucks. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum. Okay. Okay, got some ads for Fathom's Mini. Rio by Doug Wiley. Here's an ad for Gumby, written by Bob Burton, and the art is by Arthur Adams. He's lean, he's mean, he's green, and he's Gumby. Damn it! The joke here is back in the early 80s, Eddie Murphy used to be on Saturday Night Live, and one of the characters he used to do was Gumby, and the joke of the skits was Gumby is this old school, conceited, over the hill, egotistical Hollywood type guy, and he would always get in somebody's face and say, "I'm Gumby, damn it!" So nice a joke here, and that's it. Okay, thank you all for watching this video, and everybody, you all have a good day.